Hello.
Hi.
How are you, man? All good? All sorted?
J- Yeah, indeed, the weekend was very long, or the last week was very long, and so the Tokyo
From
talks could not continue.
yeah,
But yeah,
that's right.
we are
So,
back with the Tokyo talks.
so for our listeners, we are doing Tokyo Talks as a series where we are exploring Tokyo features. First live stream went on Ashutosh Munot, YouTube channel. This time we are doing on ServiceNow Mavericks YouTube channel. And last time I presented my screen. This time Ashutosh will have present his screen and we'll have fun.
Thank you so much, Dhruv. So what we are going to do today is we are going to uh, make our hands dirty with data filtration. We
By the
are
way, I
going
like
to
your
try.
Superman t-shirt.
Thank you so much.
Superman, Superman.
I'm a big fan of Superman. Uh, indeed, my son also had a photo shoot in Superman costume.
Come on, you must have tuning.
um, okay, so we are going to try data filtration. We did some investigation already, and we want to share our findings. Again, a disclaimer: whatever we are doing is based upon the docs and based upon our knowledge on our PDIs. We are not ServiceNow employees, or we are not the founder of the feature. So we don't know if this will be available in general availability release or not. But right now it is available on the PDIs. So without wasting time, let's get started. I'm going to
Hmm.
quickly share my screen, and then Master Dhruv, you have to allow my screen to be visible to our
Your
audience.
request is my command, man. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
visible on the thing.
indeed. So what we have to do, there are some prerequisites. First of all, uh, we have to activate the plugin. So we will start activating. I think we have already activated the plugin here, but let me show you. What mistake also we did. We were typing data
Filtration.
filtration, but it is actually data filtration like this. It is not with ER, but it is only R. So we have activated this plugin within our environment.
Hmm.
And once you activate it, you will start seeing the plugin on the right left let's say filter navigator with these options.
Hmm.
Important thing is you need security admin role to manage this particular feature. Same like ACLs, you need a security admin role. So you need to elevate your roles. So let's start by doing that.
So one thing like this plugin is a paid one, as it shows. So everybody has to buy it if you want to.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks, Dhruv. Um, so what our study says is, like I said, you need a elevated role or a security admin role to manage this. But we need to make it very clear that the data filtrations are not exactly same like ACLs, because data filtrations are going to be used to restrict an access to a record,
Hmm.
whereas in we use ACLs to give access to the record.
Yeah.
Right? That is our understanding, and that is what we are going to show it to you. There are some interesting findings, but I'm going to talk about the most important part, impersonation, and we are going to
Doesn't work.
demo.
Impersonation doesn't respect.
uh, what happens if when you impersonate, and if you want to test this, yeah, we will just see that in the upcoming video. Okay, let's start by going to data.
So before that, should we like explain what do we mean by that ACL is allow based and data filtration is deny based.
Yeah.
So basically,
Um, so let's say, for example, I have a certain role. Basic example on incident table, right? If I'm a caller, I want to see the incidents which I have created or I have raised. In that case, what ACL does is ACL will go and check if the current logged in user is part of that caller field. If yes, it gives an access to that particular record. Whereas data filtration has some criteria. So data filtration first will filter out a data set, then it will evaluate a subject criteria. If that criteria is met, then it will give an access. If it is not met, it will deny an access
So it's
to it.
it's like data filtration, ACL would try to give you access, whereas data filtration would try to deny the access. It's that thing.
Indeed, indeed. So other way around, and it is very important when people do not want to go for a domain separated instance
Yeah.
and still they want to do data separation. So I see it like that. And the most important part, do I also told you the use case which was coming to my mind was for GRC or IRM product, but we can't demo it right now. We can do it later on. But that was one of the practical example I can think about, because you have so many countries who do not want to share their findings with another countries, or don't want the data to be visible to another countries. In that case, data filtration will play a major role. Um, One thing is, according to the docs and what we have seen is, first the read uh, to the database is done. So the query to the database is done. Then the data filtration rules are run, and then the ACLs are run on that particular data set. If data filtration restricts an access to a particular record, ACL is not evaluated on that record. Okay, it's very important to keep in mind.
Yeah. So whenever there is a conflict, data filtration is gonna rule because it's not gonna pass on that data to the ACLs.
Indeed. Yeah. So what we are going to try today is, we came up with a short scenario. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a data filtration where, or a data filter record where a country of a specific user will be taken as a filter option, and then we will create a group based filter criteria, and we will
Mhm.
also show you how role filter criteria works. We can't present at the moment IP filter criteria because of a few restrictions, or we need to evaluate it more round. And then what is the significance of subject criteria? We will explain that.
And the
Without
other
wasting
thing
the
that,
time,
yeah, the other thing is like on 16, there's a creator toolbox on data filtration from ServiceNow itself. So if we are not able to complete anything or if we are not able to show anything, we ourselves also are looking for that creator toolbox because there are not much information available on the doc side. But yeah, it's just the things that we are gonna try now is based on our understanding. So we might be wrong, we might be right. So we're not worried
yeah,
about that.
disclaimer again, thanks.
Safe, safe harbor.
Safe harbor, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to create a filter record. The new button will be only visible, like I said, if you evaluate your roles, or else you can't see it. Important part also, that you should be in a proper scope, because when we started, I can only see the tables here which are part of that scope. So I'm going to go to the global scope for now. Great. Again, I need to go to data. We are going to work on incident table today.
Favorite table.
And yeah, indeed. Uh,
We're gonna use able tutor.
yes. Oh, Tokyo Talks. Come on, Ashutosh. Tokyo Talks demo. Great. So Dhruv, I'm going to take a criteria which is caller,
Hmm.
and I'm going to take his location, where his location is where you are situated. I will just use UK. Okay.
And
Oh,
any user
United.
has that thing, like it's at all the demo data.
We are going to
I
see.
remember I assigned David Miller the location for of United Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah. One important checkbox here is cascade, because then this filtration rule will be also applicable on the child files,
Mhm.
right? So if
Yeah.
you don't want to do that, please uncheck this, but we want it. We are going to use this. Um, Now there is something called a subject condition. This subject condition is applied on the data which is filtered by this filter. So there are 8 records. You can click on preview and you see 8 records. So the subject condition will be applied on these 8 records only.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. Before going there, let's start with the basic thing, right? Subject role is ITIL, let's say, or do we
I have
should we
a,
use
a custom rule. I just created one custom rule. You can try that. It's
uh,
data underscore filtration something.
data underscore
Star filtration maybe.
star filtration? Oh no.
My spelling of filtration is different. FINT. That's why we have to. I can
This one,
duplicate.
filtration underscore test.
Yeah, that should be the one.
Great. So I'm going to save this. One
So
thing which we have seen is like ACL. ACL has a checkbox called as admin override, which will not apply that ACLs for admin. In data filtration, what we have observed is that these filter rules are also applicable to admins. So there is no admin override thing here, and we will prove that. Now I have another browser. I think
you
Dhruv,
wanna
then
check who
we
has that role?
yes, I'm going to quickly see user administration roles.
You might go group role mapping or something. It will won't show you
Oh,
which to whom the.
filtration. This one, and then oh, I don't think this is the role which you created. Then
No,
let's see.
you are not in global scope. It seems like.
Let's change it. I think I am, but I'm going to reload this. Yeah,
You are in the
good
wrong scope.
learning. Good learning.
I don't know why it
uh,
always roll backs automatically. Like it's always take you back. I don't know why we
yeah,
went in there.
I hope I am in. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to go in the group roles. There's no direct thing.
Okay. Let me go to user administration. Which was the group? Do you remember the group?
Should be filtration man. Updated, just updated by now.
Yeah, filtration test.
Just
Yeah. So we have ITL and filtration test, and we have two users, user
yeah.
ITIL and ITL user. We are going to use this for testing. What I'm going to do is I am going to impersonate. Oh, wait. First, before going there, I'm going to show you the. Let's not do it here. Let's do it here. We are going to show them first the 8 records, right?
Okay.
So these are the 8 records which are right now. This is our data set basically on which we are running our subject condition, which is the role condition that the user should have a role, then only he can see this.
So
Um,
admins are able to see that, is it?
as far as what our understanding says, it should not be possible. But
Right.
let's see.
You're logging as Ashutosh Manot and you're able to see the us.
Yes, I'm admin. Uh, but you remember our test, what we did. But let's now go here, impersonate ITIL user.
Impersonator was not working, right?
Indeed, that is something which we need to show.
Okay.
Okay, incident, open, and let me quickly say the updated one.
No, not the updated one. Caller is David Miller.
Yeah. So here I can only see 5. but I will quickly add one more thing, and that is call show related fields caller. Oh, come on.
No, you must not have put on the active is true filter, right? If you remove active true, then you should be able to see 8 records.
Indeed, that is also one thing. Let me put United Kingdom, remove this, run this. Yeah, so we are able to see 8
Hmm.
accounts. Now let me impersonate. Basically, let's impersonate the roof. Okay, not let's not do this. We will impersonate red. Because this person does not have the new role which we created.
Yeah.
And let's
So
see if he has access to incidents. This is a pure end user. I need to find one user who has
able tutor
ATL.
maybe. Able tutor.
Let's do able tutor. So go to all. No, I don't want this. Incident. This one.
So Saurav is saying if you could revisit the subject, is it the incident record considered?
So if I this one. So uh, like I said, everything will run on this 8, and on this 8 records, this subject condition will be
Yeah.
evaluated. If the logged in person has this role, then only he will get visibility to that particular part, right? And we are testing that only. But I'm trying to find a user who has ITL, right? So user ITL maybe, but this
Both of them
person
are
also
the.
has, yeah.
I can check. I can check
Uh,
in the back end. Give me a second.
yes, please. Yes,
Uh, log into-
maybe. Row. Uh,
so you can try with uh,
I think
David Lu.
Abraham.
David Lu maybe.
Yes, let me see. Yeah, this person does not have that. David Lu. Let's do David Lu. David Lu.
He should not have admin.
I don't see David Lu. Is the spelling correct? David Dunn, David Middle. Sorry, Miller.
How is that possible?
Let's try Miller.
Come on, David Lu should be there. Or David Lu has admin as well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. Yeah, you. I think Drew, you need to either create one user or just add someone that ITL rule or check who has it, or maybe I can quickly check it in another browser. User administration roles.
I can quickly create one man. That should be easy
No,
instead of
I think
finding
I
that.
have it.
Yeah,
Uh,
check he or she shouldn't have admin or something. Oh, come on, you should go to user related list.
users. Let's see. 52. So Ron. Let's use Ron.
Ron Kettering.
Catherine.
But he
Yes.
has admin. I can just remove admin from him.
Okay.
I'm,
Then
I'm just taking admin out
Bush.
of Ron, so you can try that. Ron Kettering.
Bush. Okay. No problem. I will then go Ron. Catering. %. So ideally, what should happen is this user should not be able to see those 8 records, okay, because he do not have the filtration test role.
Yeah, but
Incident.
I don't know why I have a feeling that he would be able to see.
So no, he is not able to see it. So if you see 8 records are removed, which means the data filtration has run successfully,
Ah,
right?
okay.
Now, um, one thing which I want to tell the audience is if you want to debug this, there is also, we are going to go to more complex scenario, but before that, I want to show you how you can debug this. And it's a very simple solution which everyone, also ServiceNow developers are using. That is debug security, because data filtration is nothing but security. So I'm going to type debug, and then I'm going to say debug all security.
Hmm.
Don't allow.
Uh,
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go again and impersonate. Should we show them the negative side first? Let's show them the negative side first.
hmm.
I'm going to impersonate Ron. I'm going to clear all the logs. Yes, please clear. It's still loading. Yeah. And then I'm going to go and say incidents.
Hmm.
Click on open, because effective true, you can only see 5 here, but if I remove that, you will see 8. And if I go here in the filtration, and if I type filter, you will see this. So data filter applied, subject criteria not met, and that's the reason this means access denied,
Hmm.
right? And it is for 8 records. Right now you see it, you see more count here, but it is for the 8 records where the filter has been evaluated. Okay. Now the other side of this is, first clear the logs, impersonate um, ITL user, because we have given this user our role.
Hmm.
And let me clear the logs again, because all these logs are on the login. Quickly go to history, quickly say all incidents which are open. And here you see there is no message about, uh, sorry, security constraint. If I go here, if I say filter, you will see data filter not applied, subject criteria met. So in the previous case, it was subject criteria not met, where the access was denied. And here it is subject criteria met, which means access has been granted. So
So
this is how you can
basically,
debug.
yeah, that's the good thing, right? You want to, because it's gonna run on the ACL and you're gonna hide those things. So it's better to
Yeah,
debug them before moving into production. That makes sense.
yeah. Again, data filters will run before ACLs on those data set where the ACL, where the data filter says that access is denied. ACL will not run on that particular part. So just um, don't get confused with it. Always keep in mind that data filtration will be at the beginning and then ACLs.
So one of the user is asking how to make incident records available to assignment group caller and that role you created. Can we do this in data filtration? Can we make that dynamic?
Yes. Yeah, we are. That is our second use case. We are coming there.
Okay.
So this was our first use case, which was very plain, which was very simple, where we said that, okay, I want to show the records to the person who has this role. But what if it gets complex, like someone is asking in the chat, right, Dhruv? I don't have
Yeah.
visibility to the chat at the moment.
Yeah.
So what we can do is, what we have to do is basically is to go to data filtration. I'm not going to touch this. I will modify this, but first I need to create a subject criteria.
So
Okay.
one interesting question that if two data filtrations are fighting, then how they're going to be processed? Because I can't see any order field over here. Like if two data filtrations are applied on the same record, one is allowing you the access, other one is restricting the access, then how it's going to behave?
It is same like ACL. So ACL does not have order field as well, right? So if there are 10 data filtrations and if one is giving access, you get an access.
Okay.
That
No,
is a
but
plain rule.
no, that is for ACLs, right? ACLs works on allow thing, but this works on deny thing. So could it be like,
Sorry, yeah, if one is denying the access, I think it will deny the access.
yeah, that's
So
what I mean.
yeah, because this is for denying, so you will get precedence. If you are getting denied by one of the data filtration rule, you can't see that record.
Mhm.
But this question we definitely need to check when it comes to
Create a con,
creator toolbox. Yeah,
create a toolbox. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I'm creating a new Tokyo Talk subject criteria
Put a complex word as well.
is to evaluate the complex scenario. Complex. Very bad habit of putting description, right? We
Nah, it's a
consider it
good
as bad,
habit,
but
man.
it is best.
It's the best habit.
Okay. Now this becomes interesting here. What we have to do is first we have to define in criteria inputs. So what criteria will this subject criteria follow? So for example, like we had a question in the chat that what if we want to make incident records available to assignment group, caller, and
Mhm,
that role you created, right? So this is here now. First, we need to create input criteria. And in this input criteria, we define whether we want it role based or group based.
mhm,
So I can't do role and group together, but I can define two criterias as
mhm.
input in one subject criteria. First, I will begin with group criteria, and I would say like again Tokyo, talk Tokyo. I'm changing the terminology. Talk Tokyo filter, testing, group membership. So what exactly group filter criteria means is what ServiceNow will do is it will evaluate that, okay, if I am part of the group which is mentioned in this embedded list or not. So it's like is member of thing. So
Mhm.
the person who is logged in, uh, what ServiceNow will do is it will check if the logged in user is part of the group which I'm mentioning here. So I'm just going to use the group which you created, Dhruv,
Mhm.
filtration test, and I'm going to say, okay, now what we can do through is just to prove this, I will remove the custom role which we created
Mhm.
from this group. Okay,
Okay.
then they will not get confused or our audience will not get confused. So, and I will only keep ITIL role here. I have removed this, so only ITIL is here. Yeah, good, good. By the way, this is interesting, right? To see in Tokyo that whenever you add a
Space one.
role or member, there is a async job created in the backend.
Yeah.
I like it. It improves the performance.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, we have done this. Let's go back again to the subject criteria. Open this. So you can see I can create multiple here, right? And used is a checkbox which will be marked as true automatically by the
Mhm.
system when this criteria is used. We will show you that. Um, After the input criteria is created, we can create criteria conditions. I think what our understanding says is that it is not mandatory to create condition, but we are going to create it in this demo. So if I click new, again I need to give oh
I'm not typing. Man, we need to read some dictionary words to create these things, naming things. Yeah, we just know three words: Tokyo Talk.
yeah. So the input criteria which I created will be visible here.
Mhm.
So it comes here like this, and then I can say is true or false. Now, what exactly is true or false means if the criteria, if the input is true or false. So I can show you this, and here you can see we can deactivate this. Here we have order, by the way, and this criteria conditions is evaluated in order. So I can create number of criteria conditions I want.
Mhm,
This, I don't know if you guys have used normalization.
mhm.
If you have used user criteria, there also we have something similar, or HR criterias. In HR module, we have something like this where we can put number of criterias or conditions to evaluate. Now, what we have to do is, so we have created this complex criteria, and I can put role criteria also here, but let's do that later.
The
I'm
thing that I have, like, how it's gonna be dynamic, like we are just pushing the particular group. Eh, Like if I
Yes,
wanna compare the assignment group, is it
we
gonna
have to
be?
put a condition. So when you say, first of all, we have to filter out all the assignment groups, or all, how you say, all the incidents which belong to my assignment group, right? And I think that needs to be handled somewhere here by, I will show you something. So data filter, I'm going to say and assignment group. We have dynamic filter is dynamic one of my group. So the data set will be created, and then our subject condition will be applied where a group will be static. It can't be dynamic there. It should be static there. Right now we don't have any scripting mechanism also there. So let's see how this will be improved in future.
So basically, we can't have something like we put on, like if I want to put in like show only those incidents where I am the assigned to person, like the incident that are assigned to my group. Is there a way of doing that instead of,
That
because
is,
in the second part we are just hard coding the things, right? These groups should be there.
yeah. But again, that is giving access, right? So it should be in ACL. This is restricting access. So I want to restrict access to the incidents where that group is mentioned. So I don't want to show the incidents to another person who has, who is not part of that group. That is data filtration, and that is to avoid domain separation, I think, or data separation. Domain separation is a different term. Sorry.
Let me reframe.
Um,
I want to allow access to only those incidents where assignment group is one of my assignment group. Can we do that in data filtration?
no, that is ACL.
Okay, so as we are expecting data filtration will move in that direction in future releases, or is it just for a simple ones at the moment?
Improvements will come, but if you see, when I have, okay, I need to go to another browser. If you see, uh, let me reload this. I hope I have disabled the login. Data filtration is not like, um, how you say, data filtration is just filtering the records in this list. It is not giving you access. But ACL, what ACL will do is, on this list you will only see the records where what you have access for.
Mhm.
But data filtration is not doing that. Data filtration is just removing the records which you do not have access for, and it will show other records which you have, or where the ACL is
So if
evaluating.
I want to filter out all the incidents where I am not the assignment member of assignment group,
Yes, that can be done. So, but again, the groups needs to be hard coded in the group filter.
oh
Right now,
man,
there is
for
no
every
way
user
to
I
do.
can't do that, right? It should be some
Indeed,
dynamic something. There must
yeah.
be a
So this
way. I don't know.
we can ask for service now in the session.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now what I have to do is I have to change the condition where I will select, because we created a subject criteria. I will say subject criteria is the one which we created.
Mhm.
This one. I'm going to save this. Okay, great. Again, moving back to the next browser. First, let's end impersonation. Then I will quickly disable the security debugging. Then I will quickly go to incidents which are open. Now here you see Dhruv, I'm admin. I'm not part of that group as an
Mhm.
admin, and I get the security constraint removed,
Okay.
right? Which means that what we said in the beginning is proved that admin override thing is not there here in
Mhm.
data filtration. If you
Okay.
don't have access, you don't have access, irrespective of whether you are admin or not. That
But
is
that's
what I have
subject
learned.
criteria. But last time when we check, we were able to see that because we don't have, in spite of the fact we didn't had that filtration test rule, but we were still able to see
Yeah.
those
So,
things.
so what we will do now is we will uh, again impersonate with ITL user, because that user is part of
That group.
the group which we
Okay.
created, and I will impersonate. And if I go to the history here, uh, one, let me quickly go here. Now it says 3. Which were the 8
David
records?
Miller.
Let me bring that list from here. I'm just going to copy this, go to the next browser. Let's open this and see. So I don't see anything, but ideally I should be able to see, because I am part of that group. And this is the problem with impersonation and data filtration. I think in the back end, what is happening is the data filtration is still considering
Your
the
account.
session of the person. Yeah. So
So
now what we are going to do is we
log out,
will
log in.
quickly reset the password. Yes,
I
we
have
are going
already
to.
reset it. I'll just send you in a private chat. It's nothing.
That's great. So log out. ITIL. So now you can see I'm logged in with ITIL user. There is no
Mhm.
impersonation or nothing. And if I go here and if I reload this, you see I can see 8 records.
See,
So I don't know if
basically,
it is a bug or not.
I mean, when you are applying through role-based thing like a data filtration and simple role, then it's not. It's respecting the
Yeah,
what we call
the role thing.
impersonation. But when you use it, the subject criteria, it's not respecting the impersonation.
Yes, yes.
So it's a bug, right?
So
It's a,
so I think it's a bug. Yes. And now just let's try one more last thing and make it a bit complex. And we will add one more filter to see how it works. So if I go to subject criteria, if I open this, let's add one thing, which is role based.
Mhm.
Uh, let's make it complex. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say role is this. And you remember we removed the role, right? We have
Yeah.
removed this role from the group.
Mhm.
Now what we are going to do is, let me see how it looks. Important part which we wanted to show, whenever the data filtration criteria is used, it is set as true. You can see it is done automatically. I have not done it. And let me add this and let me add this quickly. Yeah, so this was the first filter which was marked as true, and this is the second which is still false. Now let's see what happens. So you had a question, right? In which order it will evaluate, whether it will respect both of these, this or not. Because here, if I create a condition criteria, I can add and or multiple things, which is what ServiceNow has also mentioned on the docs. But let's try this criteria first. Let me go back here. Just to be on the safer side, Dhruv, I'm going to log out and log in again.
Mhm. Makes sense.
So what should happen now is,
I don't know because one of the criteria is satisfying that thing, like the
it should
user
not
is a member.
show, according to me, yeah, according to me, it should not show
Ideally
the
should not
incidents,
show the,
because,
yeah.
yeah,
One of them
So
is
I'm going
denying,
to,
right?
but it's still showing. So maybe what our
It's a
understanding is,
it's a or then.
yeah, it's or. Um, Now, just
That,
to make it
that,
more, uh,
then how it is denying? It's allowing access. Like if one of the thing is providing you with the access, then how can you call it as a denying thing?
yeah, because I think one criteria is one input is getting matched and another is not. But let's see.
Hmm.
Let me go back to this, and here if you see, it is still not used, so it is still marked as false, right?
Hmm.
What I'm going to do is just to verify all these things. I'm going to remove our first filter which we created.
Hmm.
Fail to delete subject as it is referenced in one or more subject criteria conditions. Okay, I know why. Oh, maybe.
You haven't created its
Do
input,
you think?
is it?
I think I need to put it in conditions also. Let's see. Uh, do you want to make it
Yeah, obviously.
and let's make it
Let's
complex is true. So I think both should be evaluated. That's going to be an
let's
interesting
try.
test. Reload. No.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm logged in. No.
Have you
So
saved that?
uh,
Have you saved the record?
yes, yes. I've saved it. You can see it. I've saved it. Okay, let me do one thing now. I'm going to remove this from here, update this. I'm going to create a new entry. And I think ServiceNow will automatically add the order field.
Hmm. Yeah, it could be possible because, but we put on the and condition, man. I don't think so. That should be there. Well,
Um, Role based, right? So I'm going to say 10. Let me go back again here. Reload and then reload this. No, still it is getting an access. So now one last test I want to do is
no, just change the like if you remember in notification, if it's zero, then it's always fired. But it could be possible, right? One of
okay.
these conditions should fire.
Let's try that. What you say? Because I still see here both are used now. It is automatically marked as true.
Hmm.
So that rule was used, and I'm going to reload this. No, one more time. I'm just going to log out.
And this is annoying, like if you have to
Mm,
do it every time.
ITL, yes. Reload. Okay, still they get an access. So let me go back to what I'm going to do is I'm going to this one. Oh no, not just simply remove the Tokyo Talk filter, which was
First, you
the
need to
group one.
remove the condition first, I guess.
Come on. I'm just going to delete this.
Oh, we don't delete records.
I just want to delete it. Yeah, we don't delete it. I agree. Let me go back and then say this.
Hmm.
Okay, so now this filter criteria says that you should have that role, right?
Yeah, yeah,
This role. But remember, we have removed the role again.
yeah.
Just a reminder, we have removed the role. And if I load this, still, how can this happen? Mm. Now we are not even
Well,
impersonating.
yeah. So you're doing something wrong then.
I think so. Let me go back. True. Let me make it false just to see if it is being used or not. And condition is true. What do you think?
I'm not sure, man.
I'm just trying something just to see what is happening. Okay, so this is not the case. Um, let me just say that I don't want to use the condition. This is still true. I'm just going to verify if the ITIL user do not have a role, right? Filter. Yeah, so he's not part of the group. You're free. But they are part of this. Let's go to data filtration record. I just want to see review 8 records. Good. Okay. Cache problem? What do you think?
Can't be cache, man, because you're log in, log out.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, so this is something we need to investigate. But we have given you a brief introduction about how data filtration works. We did also show you the impersonation problem which we faced, and I don't know why this is not used. Let's try one more time, last time, or else Dhruv, you can conclude. Robe is. What if I do other way around?
I think so. Other way around is a better approach because it's you call it denying, then other way should be there.
True, but that is also not working. Um, I should see that. Wait a minute. Let's keep it is and I'm just going to activate this one more time. Go. No. So we have to see how and what is happening in the back end. But whatever we did Dhruv, first was the role thing which we showed them, and then the second was the group membership part. And to make it more complex, we tried this thing, but it is not working. But my suggestion is for our listeners, please don't forget to watch the Creator Toolbox session where they are going to try some more complex scenarios. And we will also come up with some new things on data filtrations. So keep following our Mavericks group, Dhruv and me, and our Tokyo Talk series.
So we have to do another Tokyo Talks after their session,
Yes, indeed.
understand what they are
Again.
seeing, and then we'll ask our queries. Maybe we can pass this video to our mentors and ask them if they can validate those things. But yeah, it's a good try. Like this is how you learn, and this is how we explore. We are just saying.
Yeah, live coding always some things are not working always, right? So it's fine.
That's fine. And it's a new feature, right? So it should be fine. Like it will break. It might be possible. There's a bug there as well. It's not
Yeah.
available yet.
Yeah,
So
because here you see with my admin account it is working. So I'm admin, but I don't have that role, so I can't see it. But it is not working with the ITIL user. I don't know why. So it's bit,
maybe because of the terminologies, that could be because of the docs that we are not able to get the exact meaning. Most of the fields we are expecting that it should behave in that manner, but yeah,
yeah.
should be that way.
But great. So here the role thing is working. Yeah, you can see it on my screen, right? I'm logged in with my admin account, but I don't have that filtration test role. And if I want to see the records, I'm not able to see it. And if I just say all, I get this, which is valid.
So it should be
And with
cache problem, or it could be like you need to have that role very specifically. Like sometimes roles are contain roles, right? Admin contains ITL, but it could be possible
but
that
ITIL is
it's taking
okay.
the direct one. Like it should be in your mapping thing.
I don't know, but if it is
Uh,
working with admin, I expect it to work with ITIL user. One
yeah,
last thing,
obviously.
and then I'm done. I'm logging again, and I will clear the cache.
Last, final
Yes,
last,
we,
final last.
we are devs, right? So we don't get that feeling until it is working. Cache dot do, just to be sure, just to be sure. Nice. Let's go to some success.
Mark is saying,
Oh, a bit late. No problem, Mark. We are glad that you are here. But Dhruv, now you see, I cleared the cache. I came back again here, and I see that the constraint is working. I see that the three records
some
are
more.
not. It's not only three because on this page it is three. But if I go to a more specific query, that is United Kingdoms, I will not see any records. See? So it was cache.
Oh my god. I was already done with cache when I was happy that portal is going off the track because I have to do cache.
But here,
You
if you
can't
see, it is
handle that,
again
man.
cache.
Like, but you were
Yeah.
logging in, log out, right? So how it's cache?
It might be browser's cache. I'm not sure, but it was cache, and we proved it because, yeah, it's weird, but great that our both rules are working, and we proved it.
Yeah.
So I think it's time.
Yep.
Um, so thank you everyone, and thanks Dhruv
No problem.
for uh, being with me.
Watch out
And
for
we are
the
going to
next thing.
continue Tokyo Talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is next, Dhruv? Admin center?
Let's go for admin center, and I will make sure that this drilling sound is off because I can't control government to drill my place nearby.
It's fine. Some things are not controllable. But thanks everyone for listening. And Mark, we will get back to you if we
Need
want,
admin center.
if we need admin center help. Yes,
He has written a
or
blog, I guess.
notifications which are coming.
He has created a blog or some video I haven't seen yet, but Mark has created something.
Yeah. Yeah, we might have him for the dynamic translation. Let's see.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Bye bye, Dhruv.
Bye
Thanks.
bye. Hmm. Done. How are you?
Did you stop it?
I think so. End of stream. If I click on end of stream, it will say